Here's an out-of-the-ordinary case in Hawaii. Two Maui men have been convicted of hate crimes for a racially motivated attack on a white man. After a 2-week jury trial, a federal jury in Honolulu found defendants Kaluana Kohoni, 32, and Levi Akai Jr. guilty of a hate crime for their racially motivated attacks on CK, a white man who was attempting to move into their native Hawaiian neighborhood of Kakahula on Maui. The verdict brings justice and vindication to the victim, a man who was assaulted and nearly killed simply based on the color of his skin, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division. The jury's verdict and the fact that this whole prosecution reflects the Department of Justice's commitment to protecting every person in this country from race-based violence, regardless of the race of the perpetrator or victim. The law applies equally to everyone. The defendants in this case committed a gruesome attack on the victim because of his race, said Assistant Director Louis Quesada of the FBI's Criminal Investigation Division. The FBI and our law enforcement partners will work to bring justice to anyone who uses threats and violence to intimidate any individual because of racial bias. At the trial, the evidence showed CK purchased a house in Kakaholua and decided to move there with his wife and 3 daughters after his wife was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis and forced to retire. When CK arrived, he was harassed and threatened by various residents who told him things like, "This is a Hawaiian village. The only thing coming from the outside is electricity. You don't even belong in Hawaii." On February 13, 2014, when CK was unpacking his belongings with his elderly uncle, the defendants, who had never met CK before, stormed onto his property and demanded that he pack his things and leave, threatening to tie him up, and one dragged his index finger across CJ's jaw and told him, "Your skin is the wrong effing color." The defendant Akai then picked up a roofing shovel and handed it to the defendant, Alo Kanoi, who struck CK in the head with it, opening up a bloody wound on the back of CK's head. Later on, after CK had already begun packing up his possessions, the defendants attacked him a second time. During that attack, defendant Akai headbutted CK and struck him in the face with a shovel a second time, giving CK a concussion and causing him to lose consciousness. When he came to, the defendants were kicking him in the side, kicks that broke 2 of his ribs during the second attack. One of the defendants said, "No white man is ever going to live here." Well, sentencing is scheduled for March. Both of the attackers face a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.